Polito is buzzing. Geneva Bible, 1599. Luther edition. Has a lot of hidden words in here that you didn't know were in the Bible. So you might want to get you a copy. Now today I want to talk about, the role of an uncle in the nephew's life. Um, some people think like, when you have, nephews, they're kind of just like, a distant memory. Um, but in fact, if you're an uncle who values time spent, in developing a child, who may be 6 years old, 7 years old, um, you want to be there and see those moments where, they're able to figure things out at different stages of their life. And especially if their father is not around. Um, I have three growing nephews. They're into sports. One of my nephews have a child now. So when I look at the fact that he has a child, I know he understands, the different scenarios where, you're experiencing, am I ready to be an adult? Um, am I going to be able to make it through the periods, that it requires in order to be there for a child? So when you think about that, you give respect to that moment. You know what I mean? You give respect to the fact that that level of understanding was completed. And I don't know, I don't know if my other nephews, whether or not they want to have children one day. I'm not sure. But they love being around their female friends, their little girlfriends. They love it, right? They always tell me little stories like, Uncle, she said she likes me and this and so. You have to like love those moments. In fact, that um, you're there to see it. When they're there to graduate, or when they get of age and they see their children graduate, you want to celebrate those moments because in part you are a part of it. You are a part of it. So from the moment that they get accepted into a college and they complete college to the moment that they get their first job and get their first paycheck, for the moment that they even open up their own business, you know what I mean, and they give their employees their first check. Those are the moments that never get old. So, like, I think that in certain periods of your life, you have to really recognize that children are a part of civilization, and they're the center of it, and you have to approach that in like the most appreciable ways that you can. Love the time that you spend with the young people who are in your life, whether it be a grandchild, whether it be your son or your daughter, your nephew or your niece. Enjoy it. Um, Enjoy it because as a male, they want to know what it's like, by the time they reach your age, because you've already experienced it. Um, I'm just lucky that, two of my uncles were around and I got to see, how they were. Particularly my uncle who I was really close to, my Uncle Charles. Um, Outstanding guy. Like, he was there with me 100% of the way. And it was like he treated me as if I was his son. You know what I mean? So, like, you want to enjoy those moments, man. And, I have the last text message that he sent me. You know what I mean? Like, where he told me to, keep my head up, So that was just like kind of a ceremony of, passing the torch, him going out, and me being prepared, So you have to enjoy every moment that you can with the male role models in your life. And this is for my nephews as well, because they may see this one day. Um, you got to enjoy it because this message is to the audience, enjoy the young people in your life, whether they be male, female, niece, nephew. Enjoy it. Great peace. Yakoki.